Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Page Curl version 2 from Lizzie, Mayne. Now, I was hesitating because I've been going back and forth for a while, and at the time of this recording, it's like, it's getting late. I've got to decide if I'm doing it or doing something else. And where did I see this? Oh, I think it was on Pinterest. And I don't know. You know what? I'm going to just leave it out there. So, because you know what? There are some things that are tangles and some things that are patterns, but not necessarily a tangle. This, I don't know. It could be a little of both. So I'm going to start off with the grid. And then I have an idea. This is kind of more of a kind of tangle enhancer type of thing, because I mean it's really simple. So we have a box, we have a whatever, and I decided, I don't know why, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna put a dot like right here. I think that's where I put it. I have to go look at my own thing. And I've got too many things open. Yeah. And then here's what we're going to do is we're going to do a nice big curve line. And it doesn't have to be right there. It could be wherever. And then a nice curve line right here. And yeah. And then just a line crossing. I was debating on, you know what, here, wait, let me think about this. Oh, what if we did this? Let's do, you know, I might change my step out. Putting a line across, I can always thicken it. Maybe that doesn't sell it. Let's do some shading. And then I have this other idea. Because it's like a page curl. It's like, you know, it's turned over. And I was just thinking, I was like, would we have that? Would we have this bump here and here? If we're, well, here, let's just, okay. I'm turning a page over, right? Nope, it's kind of going to be straight, isn't it? Well, like I said, I can redefine that if I want to. But let's do the shading though. On my step out, I have it straight across because what I was debating on was if would it make sense to just do that first versus doing the curve lines first. And I'm thinking in I'm changing my angle of this because this tip is really floppy. Let's look at it once we get it. I'm jaggedizing this. Another Heatherism. Just because I like to make up words. Why be normal? Yeah, I don't think that would really do that, would it? No. So, course correction. That's what this will be. Lesson in course correction. So let's, you know what, let's just draw this straight across first and see if I can fix it that way. Sort of. But then let me, ooh. It's kind of interesting with it just being like that. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. And let's do this because, so here's how you could use this. I mean, it looks really cool, but let's just say we're doing some print humps because it's easy. Make some big ones that go behind things. Whoop. And this is partly why I'm thinking maybe we call it more of a tangle enhancer. Because it's kind of what it does. It makes for your tangling to be cool. Oh, nice big one there. Have to have it going under. Okay, so here's our tangle of print-toms. Now, I don't have a gray handy, but something lighter like a pencil, which you can do pencil tangling. You know, and does that look like it's, you know, the page as it's described, that the page is curled over. Let's make this a little thicker or heavier, darker. It could look like that. And you could put something else on the other side. Or I did this in playing around. So I did it like a grid. But then as I was talking, I gave myself another idea. What if, well, and see, and this could be put in any, let's instead, let's do this. Because I've seen this before. I've not really said, oh, hey, let's figure out how to do it until now. Wow, look at me free-forming a hexagon. It doesn't line up exactly, but, whoops, sorry. That's okay. Because what if then here, and I'm still thinking it's helpful, this is just in my mind, to put a little dot, so that way you have a place to aim those curve lines. Let's see if this does anything. You know, it's kind of, so I'm kind of going center. Of the line. And I think doing this, it's not going to matter. I hope you don't mind me just experimenting here, you know, live. I don't like to make cuts. And very rarely do I. Only when the camera cuts out, or if I think the only other time I've done it is if I've like really butchered somebody's name. If something has to go really wrong in order for me to say, okay, we're gonna not do this one. Let me start over. 'Cause I like it to be just like Zentangle, real. All right. Now, some shading on the outsides. It might be more effective if you know, go with light source and all of that, but we're not going to do that. I'm just going to do the outsides. Maybe a little of the inside. I don't know. We'll see. She has some other cool ones that I'm gonna, or at least one other one that does kind of a scrolly thing, that I was gonna save. And then, yeah, well, two that are kind of scrolly. It's a neat effect. Tangle effects. Maybe that's what we'll call it. Now, what I want, all right, We want this to have a curve. I'm using just what's left on the Tortillion. No, I don't know. I might have to abandon that idea. Go bold. And get rid of that Tortillion. Because it's too floppy at the end, and sometimes it just doesn't work so great. All right, let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm missing this one. Whoops. Nope, it just looks like 2 boxes. So, let's switch to this 555. All right. So this is kind of how I would create what I call the shadow box effect, right? Okay, that's helping. All right, rescued, I think. Oh, you're used to me yapping through the whole thing. I had to think. Maybe if these were a little bit bigger or something. I don't know. You could do it with a jagged edge. But it definitely looks like something punched through the paper. I do think it does. It's one of those that I have to look away and then look back at. All right, well. Oh my goodness. Well, I think it's interesting. In this one, I did a grid and then had the fold going towards the center. And you know what? Let's make this a little bit darker because I'm thinking that's part of the effect that we have to have. Is to have it be a bit darker than what I had it, as to get the desired effect. It was one of those, I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do on the inside. So, you know, grid lines always work, and then it disguises the fact that I made it a grid. Now see that, look at how that made such a difference. And you still get a little bit of the curvy effect. And then I'm almost afraid to, okay, but I'm gonna, just see what the one side looks like. Nope, that did it. That makes it look much more like this is folded over because this was blending in too much here. Okay, so not only is this, we'll call this, a tangle. We'll call it a tangle. But, you know, a little bit lessons in shading and lessons in playing around and lessons in there's no such thing as a mistake in Zentangle. and the effect that just a little bit darker graphite makes in the right places. And again, so that's the 555 pencil from Generals. Okay, now just to see a little bit more drama. Okay. That's fun. Oh, now it looks like a face. I'm sorry. Let's do this. No, let's put this one up here. So, you know what? So, we're going to call it a tangle. It's interesting. It is something done deliberately, right? It is, you know, a straight line and two C-shaped curve lines. But really neat, extra fun that you can have with doing something like this. And like I said, in a grid format, this is just one box of the grid, but if you picture, you know, a bigger tangle, you could do something else here. Tangling with a gray pencil or with, gray pen or with the pencil. Something that's just maybe a lighter shade, so it seems like it's the back side of it. Yeah, interesting. Also, I'm thinking if I made this bigger, maybe not so curvy, then there'd be more space here to have fun with. I don't know. Lots of room for fun. Really, really interesting. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed my meanderings through it, because I was just like, I really wanted to share it. But then as I was looking at it, I'm like, but is it or isn't it? There's a lot of things that I share that, you know, aren't necessarily the, textbook description of a tangle. So we're going to just go with it. So have fun. See where you might want to add something. You know, you just have to leave a corner blank or something in order to do it. Great fun. All right. Again, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click the like button. If you liked it enough to see more, would love it if you subscribe to the channel. In the description section, you will find links to the step out, links to the creator of the tangle, so you can see what she did as far as adding it to a tangle, because there was there was a sample on there. So take a peek. Below that is my link tree. If you don't have these general pencils, in my link tree, there is a shopping link, and yes, I do get a little commission for anything that's clicked on there. And thank you very much if you decide to. Let's see. I do have classes listed there, or places where you can follow me for classes. So if you're interested in that, because this is the kind of thing that we do, we'll just play with the tangle and figure out, well, how can we make it work? And especially if it doesn't seem to be working the way we want it to, we just have fun with it. So it's, we have a lot of fun. It's great. You have to experience it. And so I hope you come join us. A lot of my classes are free. The ones that are on Thursdays called Tangle Time, those are free. Everything else, for the most part, has a fee attached to it. And let's see. Well, I think that's it. It's all self-explanatory on there. So, again, come join us for classes. Our Tangle Addicts community on Facebook, you can join us there. Click the link, answer the 4 questions, and then you're in. And now with that, I will leave you. So thank you again so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.